be watching this even more closely because this is where I'm going to start selling some into strength because it's already up 20% from like where it was here. And then I just kind of play those moves. So for example, like let's say I'm going to start taking some stuff off the top, maybe around 55 or 60, it's going to start pulling back. I'm going to wait for it to pull back, ideally either get close to the 50-day or sometimes TQQQ I will buy at the 21-day. Like mainly I'm looking at the percentages. So for example, like here on January 5th, when it went down to 45, 47, it had come down 13% off of that 52 number. So that's what kind of gives me an idea of what to look for. And even if you can get a couple of those 20% move, and what I was finding, again, it varies from year to year. In choppy markets, you can have like 30-35% moves a couple of times a year. Like you can double your money, and it's not as easy as it sounds. It's much easier to see things in retrospect, but like for me, I've been like really watching this and looking at different patterns for like several years now. So I feel very comfortable doing these like short-term swings. And sometimes, like I said, it's like, for example, like in 2023, I still remember it was like July 21st. I was visiting my brother in Denver. That whole week, I was like, it was just like, like my gut was like, okay, like you need to start getting out. You need to start getting out. And I remember I was telling him, and sure enough, again, it's not that I pick what the exact top is, but it's like when I start to sort of get that antsy feeling, I start getting out. And today I was starting to get that a little bit, but again, the chart overall, it looks fine. And it's like taken out that 5201 high. But now I'm like just really starting to like watch it very closely.
Yeah, perfect. And I want to dive into the chart a little bit more, but
Yeah.
first, looking at the spreadsheet, can you kind of walk us through the things that you're tracking and how you use this to kind of, keep tabs on the overall strategy?
Okay, yeah, sure. So again, like I said, usually I start January 1st, but in this case, because we had a pretty good uptrend from like this point onward, when I looked at that 4173, it was on 12.4. So I put the date in, I put whatever the price is, and typically I'm looking at like I want it if it drops just 4 or 5%, like I usually will not like I might like put that in like today's thing just to kind of keep an eye on where it is. But
Hmm.
usually I'm trying to track if it moves down at least 10% or more because I want to try to capture those. Like if it goes down 10%, then I'm like here it went down 13%, then like it's going up like 20%. Like those are kind of like bigger moves that happen in the short term. So I track the number of days. Again, this helps give me a sense. So for example, right now, like today